You know, can you imagine how easy our lives would be if we had magic? I'd be able to open that door with my mind, and maybe I wouldn't have to rely on my phone and another editor for a reaction video because my computer is still on the fritz. I really just made this about my computer, didn't I? Hey everyone, Brobuscus here, and welcome back to another Let's Watch a Death Battle. Today's episode, we got Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. This is going to be a very interesting one to be sure. Alright, so before we get into it, of course, there's a link in the description below. You should go watch the actual episode yourself. I don't know what you're doing if you're watching a reaction video before watching the actual thing itself. You know, it's just common sense, I feel. But then again, what is common sense anymore? I feel like I've been saying that for like 4 years. Anyways, so Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. I mean, it's another Marvel versus DC fight. I know a lot of people aren't super crazy about that, but I don't mind. And this is one of the more highly requested ones, so sure, why not? As for the characters, I only know Wanda because of the MCU. I don't know much about her otherwise. I know she was like apparently responsible for like the complete eradication of mutant kind. So, whoops. But, so that's a thing. And then Zatanna is, she's a magician. She's, one of the most powerful, one of the most reliable members of the Justice League. You can tell I don't really know much about this going into it, can't you? Also, I don't know what's going on with the lighting. It wasn't this bad before. You know, maybe that's better. Anyways, so who do I want to win? Who do I think is going to win? I'm just gonna breeze through it because I have a thing to do when I'm done with this. So I kind of want Wanda to win. Like, I mean, I don't know much of anything about Zatanna. I don't have much of an attachment to her. So, I mean, I don't dislike Zatanna. I think she's a fine character from what I do know, but it's not much. I do know she was an Injustice. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, she is an Injustice. As for who do I think is going to win? Frick me, I don't know. So the consensus is Wanda wins, so I'm going with that for now. The way I see it, it seems like both are pretty much immune, or at least resistant to a lot of the other's spells. Like they both probably can't like erase each other from existence or mess with their minds or stop time or whatever. Well, I mean, they can stop time, but I don't think the other would be affected by it. That's what I mean. But to me, it seems like if their powers are countered by each other, then to me, it seems like it comes down to power and speed. Which they seem comparable in speed. Both have pretty much immeasurable speed feats. But, and then Wanda is probably more powerful. So that's kind of what I'm sticking with right now. But I don't know. I really have no idea. So I'm just going to stop wasting time. This is probably the shortest intro to a reaction video I have done ever. So let's just jump right in. Let's watch the analyses and let's see what happens. So 3, 2, 1, play. Jazzy intro.
The Scarlet Witch, Marvel's Crimson Queen of Chaos.
Zatanna, DC's
This is gonna be insane.
There are those who wield the mystic arts like gods
Thanks,
to
dude, man.
reshape creation to their whims.
And
Nope.
there are those
Okay,
who
cool.
just like to put on a hell of a show. Either way, don't mess with him if you know what's good for you. He's Where's My Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor.
I need to
and
play that
skills to
game.
find
I
out
have
who
it.
would
Marvel
win
Ultimate
a
Alliance
death
3.
battle.
I've never played it.
Though we may drift day by day in a world seemingly concrete and eternal, the fabric of reality is in fact more delicate.
I am
than
looking
we
forward to
might
that movie.
dare to wonder. Imagine
Doctor
every
Strange,
single
that was
iota
good.
of it, every star, galaxy, universe, all within the grasp of a single mortal woman. To control at her whim. Imagine the danger we're all in if you piss her off.
We don't have to, because her name is Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. As a kid, she and her brother Pietro were poor Romani, who were lucky enough to be
Not
turned into
Magneto's daughter.
superpowered
Surprise!
beings by the
Not
High
I mean,
Evolutionary.
surprise again.
Unable to control her apparently new magical
I like that.
abilities, it wasn't long before Wanda lost control and was branded a witch.
Until who would show up but the mutant master of magnetism himself, Magneto. Definitely giving off some big dad energy there.
So, to return Magneto's kindness, she and Pietro joined his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Great name there, Magneto. Solid branding.
And it wasn't long before she traded her supervillain creds for a membership with the Avengers, which might have been a bit too
What is the
much
popular
for
opinion
Wanda
on the green
because she
Quicksilver suit?
definitely
Because I
threw the
honestly hate it.
superpower short stick.
By waving her hands, Wanda could create small random events known as hexes, subtly altering the probability of any event happening.
That's a cool way of saying she could do like one magic-y thing per fight and then be totally useless. An energy blast here, some telekinesis there, a force field if she's feeling frisky. Not exactly the same oomph as, say, the God of Thunder or the Jolly Green World Breaker.
But something strange was happening. Over time,
What
her
is this
hexes
game? Is this a
increased
game?
in breadth
What
and
is
power,
that?
as if there was more to Wanda's powers than met the eye. She
Well, it's a
learned to
game.
slow and
The
stop
subtitles
time,
kinda gave
drain
that
and
away.
absorb energy, duplicate herself and others.
Let me know in the comments below what that
teleport
game
to
is.
different
I might play it.
dimensions, and even strip others of their powers entirely.
It was almost as if there was more to Wanda than just being some random science experiment. Let's ask our resident expert on the deepest trenches of character history. Jocelyn, if you will.
In reality, Wanda's
Hi,
powers
Jocelyn.
weren't entirely the result of the High Evolutionary, nor was she the mutant daughter of Magneto, as he's claimed. Her powers weren't
Where the
just
heck
some
is
simple
Wiz?
hexes. She might as well have been a god. Until now, she had merely been dipping her toes into the vast ocean known as chaos magic. Though her powers may have seemed to be the byproduct of science, they were in reality the gift of the Lovecraftian elder god Cthon, who attempted to turn Wanda into his future vessel.
Reminds me of my summers by the sea with old Uncle Yogg-Sothoth.
In time, Wanda
What?
discovered she could alter the probability of anything she could think of, turning a mathematical impossibility into an absolute certainty, and vice versa.
Yep.
Wanda's powers kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is counterpart to the Phoenix Force, the embodiment of God's
I
glory.
forgot to mention
You know,
that.
fiery space
Yeah.
chicken that can destroy the universe? Wanda fought it, and even briefly erased it from existence.
At her height, the Scarlet Witch achieved total control over energy, the weather, the elements, your mind, your body, your soul, all of time, all of matter, and all of reality. She can wipe you from existence with a thought and rend the very fabric of the universe as though it were tissue paper.
She isn't even limited to chaos magic either. They might not have been what made her a god, but the High Evolutionary's experiments did make her more receptive to channeling magical energy. Oh, maybe that's why Mama Boomstick always warned me about redheads.
She's so receptive, in fact, that Wanda is the lone nexus being of the 616 reality, a focal point for the universe's magical energies, and one that belongs equally to all other timelines.
It's no wonder she was considered a candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, shit, why wasn't she? She might as well be a walking, talking Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, she may have
Well-
the power of a god, but she's still stuck with a human's body that can be overpowered by physically stronger foes. Though, she also survived being shot with a black matter bullet capable of, and I quote, world-shattering energy. So there's
Fun.
that.
She does technically need to be able to think of a spell in order to get it to happen, so she could theoretically be blitzed, but she's also blocked Thor's galaxy-crossing hammer, kept up with dudes like X-Man who can fight within plank time, and even amp her own
Fun.
speed beyond the concept of speed herself.
Despite being far and away the mightiest among Earth's mightiest heroes, Wanda resented the pressure of her incredible power. She actually wanted a quiet life as a wife and a mother.
But because no one in comics is allowed to have a happily ever after, that life was taken from her by
So
literal
true.
Satan. Not the last time he'd do this too. Wanda snapped and she took the multiverse
Freaking A,
with her.
Mephisto.
By tapping into an inconceivable and unknowable pool of energy known as the Life Force, Wanda rewrote all of reality, creating a new universe where life was just how she wanted it.
No matter whose life she had to change, in this House of M, she had her family back, but at the cost of her sanity.
And it wasn't long before it all came crashing down around her. Once her family and friends discovered the lie of their new lives and turned against her, she uttered 3 fateful words and erased nearly all of mutant kind. No more mutants.
Wanda weaved her magic throughout all of existence, created cracks across reality which spread throughout the Omniverse, and threatened to annihilate all of creation, the entirety of Marvel's infinite cosmology. Everything that ever was.
Shit got dark, and while Wanda has worked to keep her powers in check since then, that threat is always there. But honestly, that sounds more like a problem for anyone who's stupid enough to get in her way.
Both a blessing and a curse, a help and a hex. Such is the true power of the Scarlet Witch. Come one, come all, to see the magnificent Zatanna.
All right, Zatanna. Let's see what's up.
Greater professor of prestidigital performance,
AKA magic! Except Zatanna's spells aren't just smoke and mirrors, they're the real deal, so you're really getting your money's worth.
She learned everything she knew from her father, Giovanni Zatanna, who put his powers to good use as one of DC's very first superheroes.
No joke, he's the guy who taught Batman everything he knows about escape artistry. He debuted the same issue as Superman, and the young Zatanna was more than happy to serve as
I forgot
an
about
assistant,
that.
learning
I watched the
everything he knew
preview,
about
the analysis
cutthroat
preview,
world of
and
entertainment.
completely forgot about that.
Oh, and Cape shit too, but the former is way worse.
She inherited her father's incredible mystical abilities as well. Essentially, anything Zatanna thinks of, she can make real. And she focuses this absurdly powerful ability by speaking her desired effect backwards. Her father based this technique on the diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who some theorize wrote backwards in order to hide his ideas from the repressive medieval Catholic Church.
Or because he was left-handed.
Yeah, that's another theory. If you hate fun.
And Zatanna's apparently big-brained enough that she has no problem speaking backwards at the drop of a hat. Like when this one dude kept reversing time in the middle of her sentences, she started speaking in palindromes so that she'd still be speaking backwards no matter what. I mean, you know what they say with, go hang a salami, I'm a lasagna hog.
With her magic, Zatanna has bent the laws of reality to her whims. She's transmuted matter on an atomic level, teleported across dimensions, commanded the elements, turned invisible, removed powers, cast illusions, read and controlled minds, traveled through and stopped time, and can even wipe people from existence with a single word.
It might not seem obvious from that hokey magic castle getup, but Zatanna is one of the most powerful sorcerers in DC. Like the time she battled the Time Tailor Zor, an old enemy of the Spectre. You know, the angel of God's divine wrath.
In order to defeat an opponent of such unimaginable power, Zatanna focused her magical might into shattering the boundaries of reality. She reached out beyond the very comic panels themselves and pulled Zor's entire magical universe down around him. She literally handled all of reality like it was a sheet of paper and crumpled it in her hands.
That might seem completely incomprehensibly impossible to us, but it's all a matter of belief. Literally, as long as Zatanna believes she can do something with her magic, she'll do it.
As she puts it, her magic is essentially asserting one reality, then replacing it with another. This is similar to other magical characters like Dr. Fate and Green Lantern, whose powers have been stated to work the exact same way.
But it's not like any rando can do magic by wishing on a star. Zatanna is genetically predisposed to this kind of magical reality warping. Her mom was in actuality
I like how much
Jocelyn's
Jocelyn's getting involved here.
Naturally adept at magic.
I always like
So
Jocelyn.
it's no wonder that Zatanna became an invaluable member of both the Justice
So I have to
League
question
of
why
America and
whenever she
Justice
steps
League
in,
Dark.
one of the other hosts has to
The Shadow
leave.
the Hedgehog version, basically.
Zatanna harnessed an entire year's
I really
worth
need to
of
stop
sunlight
talking.
into a single energy
Where-
blast,
why did
created
Shadow
ruptures
come
across
up?
all of space and time throughout the DC multiverse, and has even claimed she's as powerful as Superman himself, pre-Crisis Superman, in case you were wondering.
Oh.
Her only limit is her imagination and will. In fact, her backward speaking is mostly a stagecraft tradition meant to boost her concentration.
In a pinch, she can cast a spell with a single thud. And I doubt anyone's winning a quick draw with her. She's matched superheroes like Martian Manhunter, who's scanned every mind on Earth in a blank instant. Or how about Dr. Fate, whose magic traveled across the universe at the completely immeasurable velocity of God.
Zatanna has fended off countless reality-shattering threats like the Eldritch Upside-Down Man, Primordial Darkness that is evil incarnate, and the Void Beyond Creation, Prolaya.
This shadow goop lady ate
Somehow
all of
puts up
DC
with
Comics,
Constantine.
all of creation, everything. Gods, demons, rabbits, and spandex, everything.
Rabbits.
And Zatanna's magic was strong enough to hold her back.
And then, after secretly implanting Swamp Thing inside Prolaya, she weaved a spell within him to literally regrow all of reality back in seconds.
Zatanna tricked a being older than God and then blew her ass up from the inside with a whole new omniverse. Abracadabracadabra.
Such is the almighty power of Zatanna's will. Should it falter though, or should her focus be disrupted, it could all come crashing down like a house of cards. Belief is a fragile thing after all, and her powers were weakened for a time after she lost belief in herself.
And she's definitely got one big weak point. She's a huge daddy's girl.
Despite her amazing career, she has struggled within herself to live up to her father's legacy, especially after his heroic death.
And this MFer has died a lot of times. So Z's therapy can't be cheap, especially after dating John Constantine. Oh, I can just smell the lager and self-loathing from here. Oh wait, that's me.
Questionable romance aside, Zatanna is a consummate professional raised on one singular principle. The show must go on, and she'll always finish strong with a standing ovation. All right, the combatants are set to present the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle with magic.
Pause. Who the crap is winning this? Oh my gosh. Okay. Do I just go with my safe bet? Do I just go with my original bet and just go Scarlet Witch? I don't know who's winning this. I honestly don't. Okay. I should have taken notes or something. Dang it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stick with Scarlet Witch just because she was my original bet and this did not help me decide at all. So my not so final answer, Scarlet Witch is going to win this. I'm breezing through this because I just want to watch this fight. Oh, and then I need to figure out who the voices are. Because they didn't say. Alright, whatever. Play.
Oh, thank you.
This is going to be insane.
Trick. Ta-da!
Yay!
What sort of two-bit sorceress do you think you are? Two-bit? Perhaps I was being generous.
I do like the voices, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't sure on Wanda's at first, but I've grown past it.
All part of the show, folks.
Bunnies! And preview's here.
Huh?
Playing cards. Superman. Oh right, he could summon. But Wanda can too.
I'd say this calls for an Avenger.
Yeah, there's the Hulk. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wonder Woman, Thor.
Do you know
that
the
the Flash?
difference between you and I. Well, I think the difference is reputation.
All right, Megamind, chill out.
And I know a trick when I see one.
Hey! Okay, jeez. What is happening?
Universes. You can't run forever. Now make like a magician and disappear.
Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Alright, jeez. Good lord.
A disappearing act was the first thing Dad ever taught me. And for my final trick, squishy no more witches. And that's our
Is that
show, ladies and
GG's?
germs.
Alright.
Oh, now that's a magic trick that's the die
I'm
for.
curious.
Analyzing this matchup was like walking on a tightrope. It could fall either way at any point.
Because at the end of the day, both these ladies could do basically anything with their magic. All they had to do was think and shit would happen. They were totally even. At her peak, Wanda was able to threaten the stability of all creation.
And at Zatanna's best, she was able to hold back Prolaya, who could do the exact same thing. And despite some differences, the omniversal cosmologies of Marvel and DC Comics are roughly equivalent in size and scope. All that was
Alright.
left for us to look at was their weaknesses.
While both were as powerful as one another, Wanda needed to tap into the life force to reach that pinnacle, and doing so threatened her sanity.
Let's take a closer look at the events surrounding House of M, where Wanda's powers were at their maximum.
Despite admitting that she was way stronger, Doctor Strange managed to get the best of Wanda with a cool head and a spell that briefly knocked her out cold.
His wits
I
against
see.
her mental instability were enough to turn the tide.
To be clear, this instability definitely wouldn't affect her power. She was still strong enough to create a completely new alternate reality and then erase it just as easily. What it would do is leave her open.
Also, take her No
True.
More Mutant spell. As insanely powerful as it was to affect the whole of Marvel's creation, it wasn't entirely successful. There was still a tiny portion of Earth's mutant population left unaffected, likely due to interference from Strange and Emma Frost.
Against Zatanna, who was just as strong and not losing her mind, she wouldn't be able to afford that kind of lapse, even for an instant.
On the
Fair
other hand,
enough.
Zatanna has managed to maintain her willpower fighting foes just as strong as the Scarlet Witch, so she didn't have the same kind of exploitable weakness.
And remember, she doesn't actually need to say her spells backwards.
It helps with her concentration,
Yes,
but all her
that's
spells
true.
come from her mental impulses, just like Wanda. She's consistently pulled off non-verbal spells in the past, even against beings as strong as Prolaya.
In the end, Z definitely had enough experience fighting smart and keeping on her toes to hang with Wanda long enough to get in a finishing blow.
While there were definitely versions of this battle that could have ended with Wanda victorious, Zatanna's cooler head and effortless magic allowed her to prevail.
I guess you could say Wanda never saw it coming, and Zatanna Maxim offed her.
The winner
Oh my
is
gosh.
Zatanna.
Alright.
Death Battle is back, and we've launched a brand new membership
I'll go back to the
program
voices
for our
later.
YouTube channel. By directly supporting our team, you'll get unique emotes, badges, and additional content, and a bunch more. Click that join button to see more info, and thanks so much for watching.
Alright, what's next? Yep. Jonathan and Tandro? Yep. Jonathan Joestar versus Tandro from Demon Slayer. Weird. With promoting that, but whatever. Alright, I mean, I'm down for that. I knew it was, I had a feeling, oh shoot, okay, actually, hold on. I was saying, I had a feeling it was going to be Jonathan and Tanjiro. I'm going to go back to the credits because I need to check the voices. But anyways, so yeah, I'm down for that. I need to rewatch JoJo again, specifically part 1. And then I need to finish watching Demon Slayer. So that's fun. So I'm just gonna be upfront. I think Jonathan is going to win. Just for this, that just seems to be what I hear. I know I've gotten 2 in a row wrong, but I'll continue watching and judge for myself. All right, who are the voice actors here? Go away, HUD. There you go. All right, Scarlet Witch, Cassandra. Okay, holy crap, that is that's a name. Okay, Cassandra. Lady Slava? Sure, we'll go with that. And then Zatanna is Lauren Mayfield. All right, cool. They did good. Actually, I'll go ahead and talk about this fight. I enjoyed it. I had zero clue what was going on half the time, but it was neat. It was nice to see cameos from the rest of from the Avengers and the Justice League. We saw Superman fighting Hulk and Thor, and then Wonder Woman steps in, and I saw the Flash. Went by. So that was cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Kind of like a pseudo Avengers versus Justice League. I wonder if that fight will ever happen. I guess we'll see. And then yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna be upfront. I was not expecting Zatanna to win. I thought this was. I was debating in my head. I went with Scarlet Witch because A, she was who I was predicting from the start, and B, I don't know, it just felt right to me to pick the Scarlet Witch, but I guess not. I guess Zatanna just had what it took. All right, you know what? I'm not complaining. I mean, my preferred character lost. That's kind of unfortunate, but Jinx made up for that last episode, and then Jonathan will probably we'll probably pick it back up. It got to a point where I was like, what is even who is even winning anymore? Scarlet Witch seemed like she had it when she broke through Zatanna's shield, and then I thought for sure that the saw cutting through the box trick was. I thought that was going to be a fake out for sure. But apparently not. All right, cool. Zatanna just had what it takes to pull off a win against one of Marvel's most powerful characters ever. So good on her. I don't really have much more I can say, honestly. I enjoyed it. I think I like Harley Jinx a little bit more, but through rewatch I'll figure that out. But yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you are looking forward to Jonathan versus Tanjiro. I know I am. I'm super down for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.